Welcome to part number 7 of my Imperator Rome playthrough as Albion. We've done a lot of colonizing, a lot of conquering. We're going to do some more. Headed up here to mop up this two-stick area, Germania, Scandinavia, etc. Siege legions, hired a few new mercenaries. Headed over here, we're going to start with these 4. Work our way this way. I have a lot of claims in works. And with the Britannia levies, we're going to go down this river, secured access here. We're going to disembark and then head over in this direction. Our claims have all come in. We can fire away here at this tribe. Let's do that. Presently at war with these. We can declare war on Bastarnia as well and bring these. Boom. And call up a Belgican levy as well. See if we can bring in some reinforcements. We'll send half up here by land and the other half by sea. We have an oratory advance. I'm going to lock in the War of the Spear. Separate peace. Again and again. Another merc for the cause. Swinging this army around here, I intend to declare on Herulia. Separate peace. And peace. We are about ready to declare. In fact, why not do it right now? Boom. We can get some claims on Langobardia. Better than nothing, really. And the last piece here in Bastarnia. I think we can declare another war here. Faucia with separate peace. Another war down. Let's declare another right here. Well, we're mopping this up. It was never really much of a war to begin with. I intend to declare through here as well. Looks like we can get a free city as well. Let's do that right now. Glorious new city. And peace. I think we've mostly done it. There's some war going on right up there. And then we're going to declare here as well. I don't have any claims here or here. We'll mop that up at some point. One more down. That's it. It's all over. Hopefully we've increased our tax base. Do more building. 6 stability event is nice. Let's check the status of the capital. I'm sure there are more than a few pops. So we need to get our pops out of our capital area. It's presently overcrowded in a couple of cities, and I'm sure there are a few wrong culture pops that need to get moved out to these inland cities. Say here. Yep, there's space there. We have space there. This one is radically primary culture. We need to get a lot of pops there. As the migrations and wars come to these coastal territories, we just move them inland and build aqueducts for 81 gold each. Let's pick a random territory. We have a lot of boni. Boom, let's see here. Yep, they're happy. A new wonder has hit. We'll take the stability. Nobles, traditions, logistics. I wonder when our AE goes down whether we can try to vassalize some of these nations again here. Let's see. In theory, he would be willing at some point if our diplomatic reputation were high enough. So let's increase his opinion or send him we'll increase his opinion. You know, we have a lot of aggressive expansion, and this Carthaginian revolt still seems to be going on. I really don't see any downside to paying a couple of hundred and getting these mercs we released from our Merc Island involved in taking this area over. There's a fat merc here as well. I don't think we'll need him. May have jumped the gun. We don't have a claim, unfortunately. We have a half-decent levy size here in Transalpine Gaul. Let's see how 23 strong. Good for me. Let's send them down. I know that our capital is running just a bit low on food. I took a look at the Carthage. It looks like I can take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 grain from Carthago. Move the capital here. This grain is where it's at. I moved them out of the cities. Be in the fields, and the people in the cities will convert and assimilate faster. These have arrived. This claim is in works. About 60% done. Diverted these units off from. They were headed over here to do some drilling. I think if we engage the revolt, we can pivot as long as we have a high aggressive expansion and this 53% modifier for the impact. We may as well take Carthage on as well. Take some war score out of them. And I just got a stability event. I got 50 PI. It wants me to give up another 10 stability for 66. I'm going to do it. Let's do that. 78% or 80%. Let's get on board here. Boom. Carthage and the revolt. We can declare war on the revolt immediately. Breaking truce. Crud. Well, how can we have a truce with them? We've been warring more than I... Well, That only leaves Carthage, doesn't it? I think we can pivot over to Carthage quickly enough, actually, to where it won't make a difference at all. These units have already arrived here. Let's do it here. We are ready. A couple of heavy hitting works brought this way. Let's assault that fort. We'll get in here as well. Get there. Let's go here. Move it out. This merc, I think we can rush here. Get you here. We got the Carthaginian Navy out as well. 64 and 57 respectively. Boom. Boom. I'm going to replace this with the siege 15%. So far so good. Oh, let's move it out. Move it out again. Let's go drop the siege again. Let's get on board the fleet. Head over to Rusadir, I think. Where are all these guys? This guy's armies? Where are they, though? Really, though? Where are they? I mean, where are they? All right, off to Rusadir. Found one. Oh, that's ugly for them. Send both these siege bangers here to Rusadir. Should fall in one cycle. Oh, it fallen. Let's head here. Let's go here. Not quite. 49% only. Boom. Where are we gonna go now? Uh-oh. Need to pick these guys up and get this guy. We'll head him down to secure Azama. Let's assault this fort. Close this war. Oh, there it is, 99 war score. I don't know what his problem is. I'm not inclined to wait. Let's see, we can peace out right now. 10 war score shy. I'm not sure there's anything. Hey, he won't give that up for whatever reason. Let's peace this out right now. Boom. Now I think we can attack the revolt. We can. Let's do it. Have these guys de-exiling our territory here. We're going to go use the fleet, pick up this lot over here. You know what? The revolt is just not that large. So why worry? Building a road to connect our heavy-hitting mercenaries here down toward Roman proper. There should be a decent number of roads now connecting directly from our capital to the Roman frontier. Let's get on board. We have arrived. Let's do it. No problem so far. Capital is fallen. That's the whole war right there, so we should close it out shortly. Another occupation. Out here, take this. There they are. They're doing no good. These guys are going to get overrun. This unit here is not going to fare much better. We've taken this last capital. Why not take some war score out of this guy? Oh, true prodigy, we've done it. It's game over. I'm not exactly sure why we're showing 99 war score. The guy has been belligerent. Just let the war run. And he's still belligerent. What drives him, I don't know. Well, at some point, you just have to say, I don't care. I'm going to close this thing, get back to a peacetime burn. He wants this city. I say more power to him. Have at it. That's 1.6 burn there for the AE. There's something weird going on with this guy. The first levy of Mauritania is in exile. Shattered retreat. He's headed up here, but the problem is there's no Carthaginian territory up there. Well, we need to burn down some AE. I brought these legions back over here. They're food friendly, and I'm not sure what to do, but I do know we need to burn this down, get our stability back up, etc. Belgican legion is large, Britannian not so much so. Transalpine Gaul is decent sized. I think we can build out some fighting legions to Belgica. The siege engineers are costly, but if we just avoid those, we can have them fight the Romans. We can use Transalpine Gaul for camel cavalry for mass occupations, or one camel cav per territory, and carpet roll the Roman in an Imperial challenge war. I think that's next.
I put the game down, took a break, assessed the field. I was thinking of figuring a way to go forward in the game, thinking on taking Albania out with the Imperial challenge, dredging up some tax money, maybe consolidating this area, and then raising more legions to attack Rome. That puts me adjacent to the Persian Empire, at which point they could just sort of snap declare on me, and I could end up at war with the Persians and the Romans, etc. It can happen. I'm not sure whether it would. These guys, they're not small outfits. 7,000 pops. We have a lot more. which means we have more money, which means we can hire more mercs. The elephant in the room, or the heavy infantry in the room here, is Rome. I took a look at the forts here. He has some. He doesn't have really a lot. Most of them are level 1. There's level 3 here. It's level 2 somewhere around here. But really, it's just a matter of carpet sieging them. And I think it can happen quickly. We have these 2 legions. I think I can call up more. We're sort of challenged relative to money. If we acquire 7,000 or 8,000 more pops from Rome, I think that's gonna resolve adequately. So if I buy enough legions to where I get about an even amount for with mercs, I think I'll be good once we conquer Rome. These mercs here are going to be very expensive to hire. Let's see exactly how much they're going to cost. This one is going to be 53 per month. I need to buy another siege legion and raise the manpower and some money. I need a war fund. Also, I really should wait. Of course, I have a very high aggressive expansion. I need to secure this area quickly so I can carry on with the theme of this game, which is building. You'll note we've constructed a great many cities. I want to get aqueducts in our legacy territories here. There's a lot of coastal territories or cities here that can be built up. I have a great wonder that allows me to build more slots. I have a innovation here that allows me more building slots. But the problem is I don't have the money to take advantage of it and get the migration headed to these cities. They're raring to go. I just don't have the money for it. So along those lines, I have a lot of cities here as well that need to get some pops from, say, the surrounding areas. I just don't have the money for that either. I'm building this mega city complex here as well in Transalpine Gaul. There's a lot of pops around here as well. I need to consolidate, and we need to take Rome, and then we need to go on to Egypt, and then the Antigonids. And then this whole area here, in one sweep, we'll mop up the whole area. We need militant Epicureanism for that effort. We happen to have 3 innovations in the bank, one of which can be used to click this. There it is right there. I would imagine we have quite a few holy sites. At this point, our omen we've been running is essentially useless now. So I see no reason why we should keep this deity other than it's active. So we'll swap this deity out at the end of this cycle, but for now we need to get our stability back up. Check the number of holy sites we have. I'm sure there are a great many. Let's see what that is there. Matrist. Okay, off you go. Who are you? Boom. Why stop there? We have a great many more that we can, well, why waste them? Why waste them? It's at 50 more relics. Let's see if we have any nice stuff. We have this in Carthage, more trade routes. Convert more trade routes. Trade routes. That's nice for us. I'm gonna place maybe a trade route or 2 in the capital. Actually, we don't need them. I built so many marketplaces that we're good to go. I also have started to integrate the Roman culture. We must have acquired some Romans. He must have been warring up here. After which we'll take this. Presently we have this 15% plains and farmland bonus and wait for our ME to rise back up again before engaging the morale-heavy Romans. We can replace some of our wonders, like for instance, now that we have militant Epicureanism, the honored nobles is not perhaps as relevant as it might otherwise be. As is this religious doctrine one as well. I wonder if we could swap them out and just raise some holy sites. Just pay a PI fee. Let's see what happens here. So the honored noble, if we were to change that, what would happen? 60 stability, a bit of gold, and some PI. So let's grab the Avatar of Glory. Boom. So we have the ability to change that now. Let's see, our PI and our loyalties are, I would imagine these rise if we were to change to our honored leader. So if we change this noble to honored leader, we get a 15% culture happiness and some popularity. It will cost us, as I said, 60 PI and some stability. So let's do that. We'll raise a couple of holy sites and we're back at 55. There we go, the month rolled over. It's higher now. Let's see what happened here. They're higher, 4 points on. Bought some camel cavalry, spent some of our manpower. We'll recover it quickly enough. We'll take that PI right back. I can raise our taxes and just take a slight hit on research, so I'm going to do that. We got up to 182 again from 164. We are topped out on PI. I don't think we have a claim against Egypt. We don't. We need one, clearly. I broke off some supply trains and added a couple here so that they'll accrue some food, and we can build out to the Legion later. I probably should do it again as we can. It looks like we can have 3 proper legions here, provided we get just a tad bit of promotion. I'd imagine there's probably something that can get done here. We probably need to move these pops. A lot of pops coming in, all right. Let's see here. There's quite a few coming there as well, and it's happening quickly at 3% or 2.5% per month. Anyway, there are some spaces available in some of these cities here, so why not fill them out? Move what wrong culture, wrong religion pops can be moved out to these other cities that are inland. I think I can get proactive with some of these large merc stacks. If I move this merc over to the mainland, I can place him closer to the action, like maybe drop him here, and then he can just roll down this road and be ready. I'm going to do that. And then I can redeploy this fleet down south and just leave these mercs to hold down the island should the Romans somehow make it all the way up here. Looks like he's happy to stay there. I'm happy he's happy. We're topped out on PI again. I don't think we have a claim presently on Carthage either. Looks like this other large merc stack is happy to stay there as well. I think a lot of these are heavy infantry taken from Carthage and or Rome. I'm not really sure where either came from. I think most of them at this point are Romanesque. Maybe we'll just head this fleet back down south. The Roman Navy is not inconsequential, surely. He probably has heavier ships. We're going to lose the ability to evacuate these mercs to reinforce, but again, there's not a lot of reinforcing that's going to happen. By the time I'm done, we're going to have another large legion stack, as well as some very heavy-hitting merc. So this should be just enough to scare the Roman Navy away from engaging with our light Liborian transport fleet. We're still not up at max manpower, so why should I be in a hurry to build out here? We're maxed out on PI almost. We have another event we need to spend more. We claim on the Antigonid Kingdom. Looks like the Romans are at war with Albania. That's fine by me. We'll drop one on the Bosporans as well. I'm going to move this legion, would-be legion, over this way. I suspect the Romans are going to be able to annex that, and we have a lot of unfortified territory over in that direction. Let's move you over this way. I'm going to swing this camel cav group over in the direction of this campaign over here. Build out some camel cav to Britannia. Building out to our legions. Our Romans popped up, so we can officially change this. I've scanned through the list. There's a nice one right here. Same religion, country, happiness. Let's do that. As our provincial loyalty is useless and our navy doesn't get into it, it's a transport navy. So let's, boom, that should make our population 5% happier, as most of them are indeed druidic. That didn't do much for our stability, but we can just simply sort by that. Desecrate a holy site. Right back in line. We'll need a holy site to our new deity. We'll desecrate the present one here. We can build a forwardly located holy site in this heavily urbanized territory in Transalpine Gaul. It's close to the Roman, he might desecrate it, but why not do it anyway? Why this is not a metropolis, don't really know. It doesn't need to be one right now either. I'm going to take some discipline here, irrespective of whether I have the legions unlocked or not. We're approaching 0 AE. Let's see if we can do some vassalization before engaging with the Romans. All of our would-be partners are at war, unfortunately. They're still not willing. We need, I think, to get larger. Well, we're coming to the point, really, where we should probably recruit some mercenaries. These two legions here are very heavy on siege engineers. These over here are going to be more sort of fighting oriented, although they'll be able to siege as well. I need to round them out before proceeding. We're sort of running a bit low on money, unfortunately. Horse archers do very well against Roman heavy infantry. So let's see where this stands now. So we have about 35, 40 left or whatnot. Let's start moving closer and grab a couple of mercs here as well. Reasonably sized mercs. We'll hold those heavy hitters in reserve. I'm gonna send a merc down here to guard our occupation crew here. We'll send another merc. Let's see. here, and we'll split off some camel cav blitz occupation for here as well. An oratory advance just popped. I think we can take another 5% discipline and probably will be well served by it. We are about ready to declare here. We're bleeding 100 per, but we should be able to make that back once we start taking territory. There's some large mercs on their way. We'll probably assault some forts and lower their number, and thereby cost as well. There's a lot of forts around and through here. Luckily, we have our 20 siege engineer group there, and there's another here. Various sorts over here as well. Skirmishing types over here. I hired a small merc. And then there's this guy. He's happy up there. He's happy. The Romans are at war with the Albanians, and they have some legions about here. This guy can redeploy as needed either here or there. There's this aspect of Rome. I have a camel cav detail. We'll try to take this area from them as well. The fleet is headed back here. This war is about to start. We have our traditions essentially maxed out, so this last one was quite nice. 15% plains and farmland bonus. Have a fair clip of archer bonuses as well for our mercs and such. Forest combat bonus, siege ability, heavy infantry. Let's see, attrition, and chariots. Looks like the Romans have indeed integrated, and once we take a sufficient number of their pops, we'll be able to take their traditions right here. Our road has come in handy. This merc has arrived. If we were ever ready for this war, we're ready right now. So as soon as this merc arrives, we're going to declare it. There it is. He's here. Going to rush in and assault this fort and declare this war right now. Let's Imperial challenge him, and it's on now. Alright, so here we are about to start this war with Rome. I find that these late game or mid to late game warring cycles are there's not a lot of point to it. They're not well watched. The viewership kind of falls off. I could go on with taking Rome and then maybe going into the Antigonid Kingdom and maybe flipping to Egypt after that and carrying on with a whole bunch of wars of the spear in a row. It could go on for 3, 4, 5 hours. Why should I? Nobody wants to listen to it. I'm going to do it, give you a summary. I've led up to this with a lot of preparation. We have a large armies. They're essentially everywhere. And there's no reason to narrate it. So I took a look at the video. It was there's nothing really there, just a bunch of moving around units and whatnot. It's a stomp essentially. So here it is in time lapse. We'll probably go on to the Antigonid after we do this. At some point I peace out with him after he ends up being a regional power. I'll give you a summary report after this. So it's a very orderly, mostly. Up here there was some trouble, but by and large it's over for Rome. And we have added more to our tax base, and we're in a position, at least soon will be, to where we can probably carry on into the Antigonid Kingdom, as long as we already have quite a bit of war exhaustion. It's not coming down anytime soon. The loyalties are reasonable. And here we have it. That's that. We're going to carry on into the Antigonid Kingdom. I'll give you a forensic on the war shortly. So here's the post-war forensic. It was a back and forth up here. There's a lot of combat around and through here. Once we broke through these forts up in the Gallic area, there was not a whole lot of resistance down here. I wish I would have brought more siege engineers for our new legions here. I've recently added, gone from 10 to 20 for our upcoming campaign against the Antigonids. We sacked Rome, we sacked Syracuse, I got some money in the bank, built out lots of stuff. Getting our aqueducts in order. I built some aqueducts up here that we should have some migration attraction coming in now. Built a couple of cities throughout the campaign here. Building up academies, filling out these. There's a city going up here as well. There might be even another going up, I'm not sure. Whatever the case is, we have more money. I let a few mercs go and rounded out these legions, these new legions. They now have 18, 18, 10, 20 essentially throughout. We have 4, I think, of these siege legions, so the sieging should go better. Not a lot of forts around. There's some. It's not really large. The Roman had about
75, 8,000 people or something. This guy's about half that size. We now have 25,000. It's over before it starts, as was Rome, really. We'll probably carry on from the Antigonids down here, get on our boats, head down to Egypt. That should clear the western aspect of the board by about maybe 6:30 or thereabouts. Have plenty of time to carry on over here and take the rest. I built more ships here. We lost a naval battle to the Roman Navy. Had some larger ships. Couldn't take out some of his forts here. Had to leave them be. I ended up just piecing out with them. I thought it would be a better idea just to continue into the Antigonid Kingdom as we have our forces here. It's going to be hard to get over here. The Navy, there was some contention. The Roman will have to stand down his navy. He just doesn't have the pops or the money for it any longer. And that's going to do it for this episode. I hope to see you in the next one.